right, Doc, the faster shows us the race off pit road, and there is a tire sitting on the infield, and we think it is from the 11.
Yeah, not only that, Jimmie Johnson had to back up. He was pitted right behind Denny Hamlin, had to back up before he could get out. So those two pitted beside each other is already causing problems, looks like, for both teams.
Now we're hearing it is the 48 tire.
98 hit it. Or is it our fault, or what's the deal here? Penalty, no penalty.
Okay, that's probably NASCAR called no penalty on that because another car hit that. It was really tight down there on pit road. Everybody kind of jammed in there.
The call was that the 98 car, you heard that over the radio, actually hit the tire, sending it out into the infield section. And you could see the guys on that crew breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, but they still lost quite a few spots there on pit road by having to back up. The crew actually pushed the car back before Jimmy could leave.
Back here at Texas, we can tell you the jackman for Jimmie Johnson is okay. Here's what happened. Watch the 48 right here.
Wow, that was a close call for the jackman.
And the tire ended up going out.
There's the 48 of Jimmie Johnson. Been pretty pleased with his car throughout most of the day today, but right now he says it's just too loose. They're going to go a round and a half down on the track bar. It's going to be a 4-tire change for Jimmie Johnson to give him a tear off as well. Chad Knaus, crew chief, says one of the strengths of this team is dialing in the car throughout the course of the race. They've been massaging it. He's been running up toward the front. We'll see if he's got enough as this race goes on.
Jeff Gordon says I have two different race cars here, one on entry and one on exit there.
You know, what we're going to see as all this happens, Jimmie Johnson had a really slow pit stop. They had a lot of problems on the right front. He's going to lose quite a bit of time to the leaders. Andy, this is something we've seen that we've talked about Jimmie Johnson's pit crew just being a little bit suspect, especially probably of the three championship contenders, probably their third.
That's really the only Achilles heel this team has. It seems like this year is on pit road. And it's not been big things that's costing them. It's just a little here and there. That one right there wasn't a disaster, but, you know, 3 seconds slower on a pit stop can lose you a lot of track position, especially under green.
You see where Jimmy is on the track. There is your race leader, Mark Martin. Vince, what are you hearing on the 48 camp right now?
Well, crew chief Chad Knaus kept his composure despite that slow stop. You noted they had a little problem on the right front. They had trouble getting the tire on. It wasn't an issue of dropping a lug nut or any of that matter. It was just a matter of getting that right front tire on. We're slow in that category. Certainly slowed down their stop. They've been happy with the race car, though. They made a track bar adjustment, as we noted on that last pit stop, to try to snug Jimmy up. But he and Chad have been fairly happy with the way things have gone so far. They like the balance of their race car, and they know staying on top of these changing track conditions will be key as the shadows creep over and this race starts to work its way toward dusk.
Well, you noticed on that graphic right now, the way they were running, Denny Hamlin would take over the points lead. And it shows how sensitive each position really is. Hamlin running 6th, Johnson running just 4 positions back, and it's enough to swing the points. The 48 team trying to rebound from the rough stop they had. Vince, he's got the 48.
Well, Jimmie Johnson may have grazed the wall. He indicated that he wanted the guys to take a look at that right rear. They're going to make a 2-tire change here. Otherwise, he's very happy. Dave?
Hamlin stops right in front of him. Let's see how close things were there. They're able to get around 2 tires. 2 tires for Biffle as well.
And the race off, Joey Logano looks like he's going to do it again as he picks up a spot. Biffle loses 1. Kevin Harvick's team picks up 4.
Yeah, disaster for Jimmie Johnson. They changing right sides, had a terrible right front stop.
It's the second time we've seen that happen today for that team, so we'll reset it for you. You can see Jimmy inside the cockpit here at Texas. He's got his work cut out. All right, the 48 has had troubles more than once today in the pits. And let's go back and sort of take a look at this.
This is one of the first stops. You see it, the tire got hit by Paul Menard, which slowed him up a little bit.
No penalty.
No penalty on the 48 because of the contact from the 98. But then this is another stop, 2-tire stop on the right side. See here the carrier, the tire, it's a 2-man team that's working on that right front. And the tire carrier really struggled getting that thing up on the hub. And then this last one, you see here, they come in to have the same issue on the right front. And it's really up to this tire carrier to spline that thing properly and not knock the lug nuts off. And that's, he kind of left the tire changer there to put those nuts back on by himself, and that's what cost him so much time.
And let's show you what it means on the pit time comparison.
Yeah, you see that 10.2 for 2 tires, almost twice as long as Denny Hamlin's.
and cost him 7 positions. He's going to restart in 12th. Let's listen on the radio.
I know. Guys, I need you in there so bad. 10-4, we know, man. We know. We'll get it lined up here. You're doing a great job on the racetrack, Jimmy. You got a really good race car. Got to keep her cool here and get her back up into the top 10, and then we'll get after those guys again.
Now, we know a lot of drivers that after 2 of episodes, they'd be up on the tire.
Yeah, but that just shows how professional Jimmie Johnson is and the champion that he is. He understands that, they're trying as hard as they can, but it's really putting him in some bad spots. He doesn't want to have to get too aggressive at this point in time and keep passing same cars over and over.
Well, the 18 right behind Jimmie Johnson, he lost 7 spots also, so.
Well, there's Chad Knaus down talking to his crew. And what do you say to him, Chief?
Well, this is one thing I was never good at. The one thing you can't do is take your frustration out right here. You got to get through this race. They've had some problems. You got a car in the wall right now, though. They're going to have a chance maybe to make another pit. So it looks like
that these points are important. More going on back in the garage, Doc?
Well, it's actually on pit road. Here's what's happening. The 24 crew of Jeff Gordon is going to go up and now start pitting the 48 car of Jimmie Johnson. They've been told to go to the 48 pit, and here's why. Because the 24 crew's been locking off 11.8, 12-second, 12.1-second stops, and now they've been asked to come to the 48 and provide assistance. So what's happening here is the 24 guys are already up here. They're discussing what's going to go on, and I don't know how well this will go over, but they've been asked to come here and see if they can get the best of the best on pit road.
Wow.
Man, everything's changing.
Very interesting.
It's an amazing race.
All right, Marty, DJ, and Andy, a lot going on.
Whoa. Yeah, what I'm looking at right now is you've just destroyed the morale of everybody in one of those blue and white uniforms. Get ready. We'll talk more about that. And, yeah, the race is getting ready to restart. I want to get back to that crew and quickly. I mean, the morale of the 48 team right now.
Yeah, this is a bad timing to have that happen. I know they're frustrated. They've had bad stops, but the timing of really just pulling them out of the game right now cannot have positive effects going forward.
It'd be like benching Peyton Manning and his entire offensive unit, wouldn't it, for the Colts? I mean, you're basically changing everybody, going to the second team. So we'll see what happens. Stay with us. A lot to go here. 127 laps, and it has been, to say the least, an eventful day here at Texas.